it saddens me a lot, the fact that most people, most Americans right now, most earth angels are walking around with a tremendous amount of confusion. The real issue is that there's way too many distractions. Everything is a distraction. TV programming, movies, music, you know, on top of the other things that we have to do in order to just like survive, right? Like our financial responsibilities, the responsibilities to our family, right? All of those things occupy our time. And what it does is it keeps you distracted from the most important thing on this earth. An earth angel, that is you. It's keeping you distracted from truly understanding, seeing, and feeling you. Because the truth is, a human being is not just a single identity. A human being is multi layers of intelligence. And all of these parts of yourself, they all are communicating constantly, all the time. And a lot of times, this communication is very soft. It feels very soft, very quiet, because of all the distraction that is very loud. And we don't really tend to feel our body until something major happens, until we're on the brink of like, oh, I'm ready to choke a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Usually those heightened moments of emotion are tied to a specific incident. So a lot of times we usually think that these incidences, these situations are what causes us to feel the way we feel. And that's not the truth, right? Because actually how you feel internally is what's actually bringing that situation to you. But when you feel it ordinarily on a day-to-day basis, it feels so soft. It feels so subtle that you just think that like, oh, I don't feel good. Like, oh, I'm just bothered. I'm tired. I'm groggy. My menstrual's starting, so I'm emotional. Or I mean, for men, I haven't worked out all week, so I'm not feeling like myself. Like whatever it might be, you throw it off to something else when you don't really see that your body has been communicating with you all the time. These subtle things that are happening within the body are all your language. They are your primary language. They are your, what's the word I'm looking for? They are your native language. What we speak with our mouth is not our native language. You want to know why it's not? Because even though we're human beings, we're still connected to everything. We're connected to nature. We're connected to the cosmos. We're connected to the earth, to the water. All of these things we're connected to externally and internally. But guess what? We're the only species that speaks with these words. That means that this form of language is only exclusive to human beings. Everything else in this world that we live in uses the language of vibration and frequency in order to communicate. So you have to understand that that is your native language. That's your first, and that should be your primary language, especially when you're trying to focus yourself, manifest yourself, to create better relationships with people. You really have to focus on that language of vibration and frequency. Now, I want to say something else too, because I hear this a lot. I hear people be like, oh, time is my most valuable asset. Like, my time, once I lose my time, I can't get it back. That's another thing that people, I feel like, are very confused on. And I feel like earth angels, we got to kind of put this right. The most valuable thing we have is not time, and not at all, okay? Because time is an illusion. And you want to know how you would know that as fact? Is if you were actually using your greatest power of all, and that is your awareness. Your awareness is the most powerful thing on this earth. Your awareness is what truly sets you apart from every other species on this planet. Your awareness is connected to your consciousness, and it's conscious awareness that is creating this world, that has created this world from the very beginning until the very end. It is conscious awareness that is connected to our divinity. All right. And that's something else I want us to do. We need to start looking at the Bible as a psychological story and stop looking at it as if it was literal. If you look at these holy books, as something that happened externally on the earth, it doesn't really truly help you. Like, yeah, it gives you some good things. It gives you a roadmap for morals and ethics. It definitely can give you a real anchor on how to make steps to be a better person, right? Even if you just think about it on a physical perspective. But to truly gain the kind of wisdom, the kind of spiritual maturity that the Bible talks about comes from you looking at this from a psychological perspective, from you taking it and bringing it inward. You have to begin to look at yourself, right? And this is called shadow work. You have to look at yourself and figure out what it is. Where are your fears? Where are your traumas? What's the thing that is causing you to be in spiritual warfare? What are these things that are having these strongholds on my mind? Those are the things that you have to clear out. Those are the things that you need to reconcile, okay? Because those are the things that live in the subconsciousness, right? And in order for you to clear that stuff out, in order to be connected with your higher self, which is your consciousness, you have to use the power of your awareness, aka your Jesus that is within it, that is within. And you have to use that to go inward, to clear out what's in your subconsciousness that you have created as demons and monsters. And then you have to use that to now create a bridge to be able to connect all of you and be a whole being, okay? And then you will truly be able to manifest the life that you want to live in. And yeah, you may acknowledge that there's parts of you, like you may have heard of the subconsciousness. You may have heard of consciousness. You may have heard of conscious awareness. You may have heard of shadow work, but it's not just about hearing about them. It's about really diving into what these processes are talking about. And that's exactly what the Bible is also teaching us. When it tells you that Jesus created all these miracles, it tells you Jesus walked on water, that Jesus raised, Lazarus from the dead. Jesus was curing the children. All of these things, right? Again, these are things that are talking about internal processes, because guess what? You have a little kid that's hurt and broken inside of you. And that little kid needs to be touched and healed. And you have the power to do that with your awareness. I'm out here trying to live my life. Okay, and I suggest you do the same. But make sure you're living your life with awareness and keeping yourself very close to the Most High. All right? Know that I love you. Thank you for being here. Enjoy the rest of your week, babes. I'll see you later.